Hello guys, Wrestlemania here, back with another video, and we're gonna look at the top 31 remaining Wrestlemania plans that never happened. Let's get straight into it with Wrestlemania 17, arguably one of the best manias to this date. It was a show that highlighted the WWE at its absolute peak, concluding the Attitude Era with an explosive match between The Undertaker and Triple H, and the incredible Rock vs Austin feud. You may not know, however, that Triple H had suggested the idea of bringing the baddest man on the planet, Mike Tyson, back into the WWE to feud with him and have a boxing match at WrestleMania 17. Knowing how well Mr. T and Piper went at WrestleMania 2 and the Brawl for All tournament, it was a wise choice for the WWE not to do this. Plus, the booking for Mike Tyson following the success of WrestleMania 14 would have been astronomical, and it may have not been worth the payoff since it would have treated it to be a shoot in which Triple H would have got knocked the out. WrestleMania 18 was one of those hit and miss manias. It seemed that it was a return to the glory days and featured many wrestlers which hadn't been in the WWE for a decade. This of course was down to the WCW ECW buyout. Many argue that most of the matches were disregarded and the only one regarded was the iconic Hogan vs Rock match. Well, this match was never even close to happening, as original plans was to have Austin vs Hogan. During the early stages, however, of the booking, the two couldn't come to an agreement on the finish, and Austin didn't want to put Hogan over, as it made no sense. John Cena confirmed in an interview that it was rumoured at one time that he was going to have a rap battle with both Jay-Z and Fabulous. At one time it was rumoured that Beyonce and Jay-Z, along with Fabulous, were to be present at WrestleMania 19. Unfortunately, Jay-Z and Beyonce had to turn down the event as they had other priorities, and Fabulous was a no-show on the day. So instead of having the real rap battle, they just had a cutout of Fabulous, and it was a bit of a letdown. Brock's match against Goldberg at the time was to be his last with the WWE. Apparently, friends and family of Lesnar spoke of him not being happy with the WWE at the time, and not being involved in more high-profile matches. In fact, Brock Lesnar actually mentioned at one time he travelled all the way to South Africa only to face Hardcore Holly. Ouch. In fact, on his exit out of the WWE, he was to come out stronger between him and Goldberg, and defeat him. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer appeared on a podcast and mentioned that since Brock gave very short notice that he was leaving, they made him lose. Leading up to WrestleMania 21, the WWE was planning for months to have the first Triple H vs Randy Orton rematch. The WWE booked an entire stipulation regarding Orton not being able to wrestle Triple H for the world title, and again to set up his Royal Rumble win, thus getting him a shot at Triple H at Mania. Orton's popularity soon sunk whilst Batista's rose. The WWE made the decision to put Batista in the main event and have the Orton Triple H match at the Royal Rumble. We may have missed out on what could have been easily one of the greatest matches in WrestleMania history. Rumour has it, before Eddie's death, that Shawn Michaels and himself were scheduled to meet, and it could have been at WrestleMania. It's a shame their paths didn't cross, as their match would have been epic. We all know the Battle of the Billionaires featured both Umaga vs Bobby Lashley, with the two billionaires Donald Trump and Vince McMahon in each other's corner. But did you know originally the WWE thought of having Booker T vs Shawn Michaels, with Booker T being in Vince's corner and Booker in Trump's? Plans for the match eventually changed due to Triple H's injury, which meant that Cena needed an opponent, and the most fitting would have been Shawn Michaels. Big Show really has some sort of fetish with facing celebrities at WrestleMania. He put on a large nappy and faced Akibona at WrestleMania 21, and had a poorly booked face-off with Shaq at WrestleMania 32. His most famous celebrity bout had to be the one-on-one fight with Floyd Money Mayweather at WrestleMania 24. Originally, they wanted him to tag together against Rey Mysterio and Batista, so that Mayweather could KO somebody a little bit smaller. Mayweather was to be facing this match, and since Batista was injured, they went with Plan B instead and made it a singles match. Trish Stratus, who officially retired from full-time wrestling in September 2006, at one time agreed to appear at WrestleMania 25 and participate in the Diva Battle Royale. She pulled out though due to having Santino Marella, who was booked to win the match, and felt that her appearance was going to be watered down as it would be her and 24 other divas. In a book called My Favorite Match, where popular WWE superstars tell of their backstories of their best and most favorite matches over the years at WrestleMania, Shawn Michaels told of how he wasn't actually supposed to face The Undertaker, and it wasn't even supposed to be his retirement match. Plans were originally brought forward to have Michaels put over fresh new talent and have him face off against The Miz. And worse yet, The Undertaker was actually originally booked to face off against Drew McIntyre. Two very awful matches that thankfully never happened. It was teased when Wade Barrett and the Nexus interfered in the Buried Alive match at Bragging Rights that Wade Barrett was going to ignite a feud with The Undertaker and challenge him to a match at WrestleMania 27. Changes occurred instantaneously though, as Triple H's return garnered him a match with The Undertaker. Because Triple H. The CM Punk vs Jericho submission match at WrestleMania 28 was quite possibly one of Jericho's most awesome matches. Did you know however that Vince's first idea for ending the match was to be a 10-minute brawl ending in a double DQ? A double DQ in the WWE Championship match at Mania. What the hell was Vince thinking? In what would have been no doubt an epic main event at WrestleMania 29, rumours had been set a number of months before the Royal Rumble 2013 with plans of Brock Lesnar interfering in The Rock's match against CM Punk. That would set up the match between them at WrestleMania 29. Of course this didn't happen and Brock instead faced Triple H in a no-holds-barred match. Damn, I wish we got Rock and Brock. It may be pretty well known by now, but Bryan was originally supposed to face Sheamus at WrestleMania 30, which would have been the third time that these two had actually met. In the sneak preview for the Daniel Bryan Just Say Yes, Yes, Yes DVD, Bryan talks about meeting with Vince McMahon to talk about his opponent for WrestleMania 30, and how disappointed he was when McMahon actually told him that he would be wrestling Sheamus again. Bryan actually wanted to face either Triple H or Shawn Michaels. In fact, Triple H initially wanted to go over and beat Daniels in this. If we had that, we would have never got one of the best moments of WrestleMania history, and I'm so glad he got this before he retired. When Seth Rollins' music came on at WrestleMania 31 to cash his Money in the Bank, the Levi's Stadium exploded. It was clearly one of the biggest pops of the night. When Seth Rollins won the championship, it turned what was to be a mediocre main event into one of the most memorable nights in WWE history. When the WWE was writing the script for WrestleMania, original plans called for Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns to go about 25 to 30 minutes in the main event. Seth Rollins would have cashed in his Money in the Bank contract and nothing would have changed. It would have just been substantially longer. Thankfully, this never happened, and Seth Rollins cashed in his Money in the Bank to win the WWE Championship, and I'm sure many of the fans would have had it no other way. Well guys, this wraps up this video here. If you didn't know any of these plans, or you know any other plans that would have actually changed WrestleMania, please comment down below, like and share the video, and subscribe to my other videos as well. And I'll see you next time for some more wrestling content.